Hello and welcome to this second episode of Public and Enemy Homebrew. Thank you. We got a lot of good feedback from the last episode. Very, very nice of you. 240 views. And the feedback's very nice. Some people said, thank you, Colm. I was informed as well as entertained. It's really good. And my mom said, that's nice, dear. Get in touch with your sister. She's got a toaster going if you want it. So lovely feedback there. Last week we talked about Guinness Nigeria and how that became a big thing with Michael Power and all that spiel. It was interesting because as I was doing some research on that, I found out about Guinness in our next country, in Malaysia. Malaysia is one of the biggest markets for Guinness in the world. It's the beauty of research. As I was researching that, I came on, they started doing some talk about Malaysia. So I said that would be an interesting one to have a look at and to dive into. Now, the reason why they like Guinness in Malaysia is, well, first of all, it's an ex-British colony. So whenever you've got a British colony, there's a bit of Guinness there already. Singapore, Kuala Lumpur and all that. So it's ex-British. But what's interesting about their love of Guinness, is, of course, is that Malaysia is a majority Muslim country. Like Indonesia as well. So you can buy drink if you want to, but it's still an Islamic nation as well. And those of you who might remember my trip to Indonesia, which I wrote about a couple of years ago, Indonesia is, of course, the largest Muslim country in the world. Not a country with the largest Muslims, I'd be mad, their average height, but 300 million population. And I managed to find one Irish pub in Jakarta. It took me 2 hours in a tuk-tuk. Was it worth it? Yes, it was, because while I was there, I managed to meet famous Seamus. Famous Seamus is Indonesia's only professional certified leprechaun. So even though they still have pubs, there's still nightlife, you can still give that option. But what they do is they make booze really expensive for everyday people. So you've got to pay top dollar in order to enjoy it. Now, Guinness Nigeria, they made a Michael Power ad to make this everyman, to sell the drink and be a character, and that was quite cool. Guinness tried to do the same thing in Southeast Asia with this guy called Adam King. And they did the same thing. He was an everyman, and people would aspire to him, and then they would buy their drink. Okay? But his ads were a little bit different. So I'm going to show you now. Let's have a look at, ladies and gentlemen, at Adam King ad in action of Guinness Malaysia.
Listen up, because you only go around once. Someone's going to make themselves a million, going to get rich, going to build an empire, make them wish. The spotlight, steal the show, write a bestseller. Never try, never know. Someone's going to find a new species, going to be the next Bollywood star. Gonna own land on the moon. Gonna get that far. Get where you're going. You don't want to be late. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Someone's gonna be famous. Gonna drive a fast car. Gonna make it on TV. Gonna go far. Get that girl. Get that house. Get that job. Get that yacht. There's no second prize. It's your chance. Take your shot. Someone's gonna do it. Why not you?
That's Adam King. Don't like him. Don't like him. He's a bit of a bollocks for some reason. And he wasn't that successful. And I'm glad he wasn't that successful. I dislike Adam King as a person and as an advertising figurehead. Much better, in my opinion, were the Guinness ads of the 70s. Like this guy here. Check this out.
crisis is over and the job well done, a man deserves a real drink. Guinness Stout, original stout worldwide. Rich, robust, and deeply satisfying. Guinness Stout puts back what the day takes out. Goodness, really worthwhile. Guinness Stout is good for you.
I really like that ad. Some people will say it's not very Guinness, it's not very Irish related, but if you think about it, it's the most Irish thing ever you've ever seen, in the fact that they fix one pipe and then they all go for pints, and that's the day's work. So I really like that ad. And it's also back in the day when you could say Guinness is good for you and all that jazz. And if you look at the YouTube clip of that, there's loads of comments underneath it from Malaysian guys going, that was the days when you could, you know, have a load of Guinness and fix a pipe and you'd be all right. So that's the story of Guinness Malaysia. Of course, it's very hard to get the Guinness from Malaysia, so I couldn't get any for this video. I spent a good 10 minutes online trying to find it, and I couldn't find it, so I wasn't able to. And of course, they can't get the cans. They can't get the cans with the widgets because it's too expensive to get. Okay, not everyone's familiar with the widgets. I remember being in an airport, and there was a Neapolitan man who ordered a can of Guinness and brought it back to, he'd had a drink of it, and he brought it back to the bar staff. And he said, there's something in this, mate. Give me another one. Well, of course it was the widget, but widget's expensive, apparently. So it's come to the end of the video. That's a little snippet of Guinness Malaysia. Unfortunately, I didn't have any Guinness to drink to rate, so you might feel a little bit shortchanged. So I'm nothing if not a showman. So if I can't give you a Malaysian Guinness experience, and you know, I don't want you to feel shortchanged, I'm going to show you how to pour a pint of fucking Guinness from a can. Yeah, and that will do. So let's have a look here. Let's go. All right, so you got your can, you got your pint glass, you got your measuring glass, like so. Here we go. And the way to do it is just fuck it in. Trust me. A life hack for you there. You can also see how I live. Look at that. Woo! Beautiful. Beautiful. I'm gonna, oh no, it's not ready. It's not ready yet. Look at that, lads. So that's it for today's episode of Public and Enemy. If anyone's got any ideas about what I should do next, any other places to look at, any interesting pubs, tell me, because I'm doing nothing here except drinking in my room. Thank you all. God bless wherever you are. And that's it. Slán.